Fun. Ah, I think that's us. Here we are. Is it looking? Oh, okay. They turn the screen around and it disorients me terribly when they do that, because we're used to living in a reflection world, and now this is anyway. Okay. Hi. So happy full moon almost. However, I'm doing this today because the full moon is February 1st, and there's 2 days for you to prepare. If you haven't been paying attention, pay attention really soon. This is huge. It's a full moon. It's in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun is fire. We're going into the year of the fire horse. That happens on the new moon on the 17th. You have a portal because these are 2 eclipses, okay? So February 1st is full moon, eclipse, solar eclipse, okay? And then you leave some aspect of you, your reality, your beliefs, your self-image, the way you do things, certain relationships, a house, I don't know. But for everyone, it's different. Everyone, we are affected by these cosmic energies, 1000%, everyone. Nobody gets away from it. You can pretend you don't know about it. Doesn't matter. You're still going to get slammed in an unpleasant way. The nice thing is make sure you listen to the spiritual report we did, and then to Donna Stellhorn on here, because what happened is she talked about all of February, and this is a massive month, okay? We're still coming out of the serpent year. We have this false illusion of January 1st being the start of something, and literally, energetically, cosmically, it's not. It's a made up idea. So it's okay. But the solstice that we had in December is the real changing of the year as we start to move back towards the light. Now, the other thing that's happening on the 1st, full moon in Leo, that is the sun, lots of sun. And remember, Leo is what? Positive confidence. Leo is a fire sign. So in the astrology, it's a fixed sign. It's a bonfire, okay? The other fire signs are different. They might be like little fires. They go up and down or burst or something, numbers, or just this. But a Leo energy, which we can all access, it is a lion, but it is not ferocious. It's self-love, self-acceptance, harmony with yourself. That's what this is. So we are just days away from walking through this portal, and we can feel it. And if you're sensitive, you've been feeling it for a week, 2 weeks, a month, who knows, okay? If things are happening to you, really weird things or strange things or unusual things, or things that are like, okay, I have to stop, 12. I have to stop and listen to this part of my body instead of just hope it's over or be mad that I'm not out doing when I'm needing to lay down or rest or something. I know in the spiritual growth we've had doing this for about 40 years, is that we went through a phase, I call it new age mindset, where we thought if we did everything right, this masculine idea, I do it right and I do it, then everything will be good. And then something, I meditated, 80 times and look, this still happened because we didn't understand the depth of alignment. But the alignment started within us. So we're going to step into a year that's going to move very, 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 very fast. Things are going to burn down, be born, explode, go into passion, burn down. How, in what area of your life, how you experience it is completely up to you or me. So what happens when we do that? Well, we have the ability to say, oh my gosh, this is here. I'm going to pay attention and consciously walk through this portal. So I'm gifting to you this early so that you can repeat it, that you can pull it out tomorrow and on the 1st and maybe for a few days after. You can consciously be giving yourself that attention inside. Say, this is an important portal. It's a important it's transmutation is the best word, because eclipses, okay? Eclipses are huge change points. No one walks through an eclipse. The planet, the moon, your rabbit, your dog, your cat, your mom, your best friend. Nobody walks through an eclipse without a change, whether you're aware of it or not, how dramatic it is, how quick it happens, if it unfolds over time. If you're using up the energy beforehand, you're going, okay, this is a change and I'm going to leave the reality I live in right now. That could be what you believe, what your self-image is, what you say, what you do, who you're with, any aspect of it. You can, of course, be aware and you can be saying, great, I'm going through this incredible portal and I am going to release and let go of everything that doesn't serve me anymore. Whatever is not serving my highest good, my most optimal use of the energies, the opportunities right now. We're in a rare and unusual moment. These cosmic energies won't happen again like this. This is a decade. This is a moment. This is a year that was prophesized by many people at many times and many places and many cultures. Okay. And why? Well, if you chose to be here and I chose to be here, it means we know this is happening. We're not here as victims. So we have to stop being victims. We have to stop agreeing with victimhood. We have to stop agreeing with karma. We have to stop agreeing with the fact that something outside of us has any power whatsoever over us, because that's the biggest illusion of all. And we have to harness the power of our imagination, our sacred feminine intuition, our gifts, our ability to love unconditionally through death and rebirth, understanding the cycle, loving each moment. That unconditional love is not what we've experienced from other humans, from governments, from families, from religions, from friends, from partners, okay? We've rarely experienced that. Maybe you've been lucky to have expansive spiritual experiences like we do in my retreats and in the classes and everything. Or maybe, I feel like I'm so short. Oh, I know. Hang on. Chris sits here and then, this is so difficult. There, I did it. Yay. And then he, okay. He's taller, so he puts the chair down. Oh my gosh, I'm at the grown-up table. Okay, so say hi. Happy full moon. So the next thing about what we're going through is to use the fire, to become friends with the fire, to let go of any meaning on any level, okay? Esoteric, literal, I'm afraid of fire. I have memories of being burned at the stake, or I have memories of people threatening, my family by burning our house down, or, we have to acknowledge that we've had these experiences. They're alive in their time frame. All time exists at the same moment, and we're spiritual beings. So this is a portal where you can say, whatever beliefs about the universe, whatever beliefs about abundance, whatever beliefs about myself, whatever beliefs are limiting, whatever beliefs are based in lack, based in fear, based in the past, I want and I'm ready to release them. Okay? I'm ready to release them. Now, what do you want to release? Share, say something. Okay? Share it, write it down, say it out loud, make it something. Don't just say, well, I kind of thought about it and then I ran to my next appointment. Give some attention to yourself. You're in a major transformation. Your attention to this portal, because it's not just a full moon, which in and of itself is wonderful, okay? Illumination, abundance, harvesting, gifts, seeing things clearly, new paths illuminated, divine feminine, abundant light pouring down on you, like Ishel is always pouring the moonlight, pouring the solar ray, pouring the sacred feminine, pouring that unconditional love, pouring your life force so that you awaken your own spiritual divine nature, your sacred wisdom, which is your kundalini. It's your inner serpent. It's your inner life force, okay? The polarities, the sacred masculine and sacred feminine, these are all here. They're ready for you to embody. They're ready for you to remember. Walking through, stepping into this next moment is super profound, okay? Because an eclipse, and this is my favorite description of it, and this is Donna Stellhorn, which you can find her many. She's a master astrologer in Chinese and in tropical Western and in Feng Shui, and she's very deeply spiritual, so she gets an interpretation, and then I like to ask her questions, and we open deeper into like the spiritual meaning, or how do we use that energy instead of being afraid of energies like, oh, it's going to be this square and Mercury retrograde and then an eclipse and then a comet's going to fall on your head, so just sit at home all scared and depressed and trigger your anxiety. No. Okay, every energy on offer as we walk this path right now of a world that is breaking down, of a true metamorphosis in the deepest sense, of an alchemical journey. That's what we are here on. And this alchemical journey is beautiful because it is you acknowledging, recognizing, remembering, loving, accepting, becoming your truth. We all came here with a spiritual mission. We came here with an agreement. We came here with a divine design. And our lives up until the last few years may or may not have included some, ecstasy, some bliss, some joy, some feeling of satisfaction, dreams fulfilled. Maybe you've had those times in your life. Maybe you haven't. Everybody's different. It doesn't good or bad. This is the time for you to choose. This is the time for you to remember that you are this divine being, that you are speaking the truth. You are speaking reality into being. Everything around you is a reflection of what you have believed and what you've accepted from your family and other collective conscious pathways. You might agree to something just because you were born into that family and you believe that's the way the world is because that's what you saw. So it's not good or bad, it just is. But then you realize, wow, there's millions and millions and billions and billions of other ways of seeing things, of other perspectives. And now it's 1, 2, 2, 2. Now you wish to see from those other perspectives. You wish to embody different knowledge, different beingness. Wow, what would happen? What would it feel like if I remembered that I was a fire priestess with the Celtic and I was Fae? I was a Tuatha De Danann, which is a DNA lineage. These were living, tall, embodied fairies in the Celtic land in England and UK. And maybe you really resonate with that, or maybe you feel this, maybe you're drawn to the Mayan wisdom like I've become, or a lot of people are waking up to like, wow, what? And seeing past all the bullshit that they spout. Maybe like many people, Egypt, the wisdom, the knowledge, the beings, Isis right here, maybe Lakshmi and chants, maybe grandmothers, or maybe Native American wisdom, maybe doesn't matter. Okay. It can come in any form. And maybe you like to Mary Magdalene pilgrimages, right? So we're going to do about 4 pilgrimages this year. And this is the embodiment, being the priestess, being the divine one, being the wise one, that embodies the goddess, the voice of the divine mother that is everything, the primordial beings, and communing with the elementals, remembering your telepathic pathways and becoming. So this portal is an opportunity for you to say, everything I know that doesn't serve me anymore, and I'm ready to transmute. You don't hate any of it. You thank it all. You love it all. You don't need to understand any of it. And anything else that your body, intelligence, or elemental, that your higher self or your I am presence, all right, or any aspect of you, of the divine, and then also to your life guides. So what we want to do is release into this idea that we are eternal. And what is eternal? What is the perfect symbol of eternal? Is the phoenix or the Ouroboros, the snake, the serpent or dragon that goes in a circle and swallows its tail. And it's a sacred symbol because it says regeneration. It says eternal life. It says your body might die, but you don't. You're eternal. If you get into the eternal now moment. So why not release everything that's between you and the eternal now moment? I don't know. Might be a great idea. Okay, so let's take a look a little bit deeper at, where are we here, people? Thank you. At some of the energies. And then I want you to remember that it's really vital that you give yourself time and attention and acceptance, and you stop speaking against yourself. You stop speaking bad about yourself. You stop speaking bad about anyone else, and you feel good. You feel present, relaxed, trusting. You feel safe. And this is not something that's been possible for many people because of how they were raised or what they believe or what has happened. And this is the perfect moment. Why not offer it to the fire? Offer it to the bold, courageous heart, but not from uncourageous, but by pure surrender, by becoming one with the divine. Ignite your passion and your compassion in this moon. This is a fire moon. This is the moon reflects the sun. So you're getting the sunlight after it's passed through the sacred feminine and then embodied it and then radiates it out. So this is a reflection of the sun and the moon. Perfect balance. How beautiful is this? How beautiful is this? Now, eclipses, you're leaving one room, the door is shutting, and you're never going back. And I'm going to go one step further. This is what Donna Stellhorn says. You're leaving this room. This could be any area of your life. You may know, you may not. It's going to have repercussions. It's going to change. It could be dramatic and scary and terrible, and it could be wonderful and beautiful. And if you believe it's always going to be for your highest good, which it is, and it's going to be wonderful and beautiful, that even if it's a little shocking or strange, you will be there present saying, oh, this is really good. I don't understand this, but boy, is this good. Okay. Honestly, I promise you, this is not airy fairy stuff. I love fairies. This is not silly. This is truth. I'm speaking spiritual truth, science, spiritual technology, ancient science, true alchemy, sacred geometry, mystery schools that have been awakened within me that I've been taught and have taught on this planet in this life. And you have this within you too. So when you receive the full moon, and then there's this eclipse, you have the sun and the moon. You have your sacred masculine and your sacred feminine. Not your fears, not your hate of men or women, none of that. We're talking about inside of that. Burn away the mask and burn away all that you have covered yourself in to see the truth of your sacred masculine and your sacred feminine. How beautiful is that, right? So what do you do with it? Once you surrender to the fire, you become the light. You're purified, you transmute, you transfigure, you shape shift. What way? I don't know. But the eclipse is, to me, not just the door shutting. Then that door is concreted over, it becomes part of the wall. And then the wall disappears and you have no access. Now, that's not really truth, because I teach you in my classes how to work with time and how to work with thought and how to work with energies and how to work with colors and how to work with elementals and how to tap into all of this ancient and future wisdom that you carry and that you're ready to remember or to continue with or to relearn, because this is the time for all of that. So everybody's being called to remember that you were wise in many, many lives. You have skills that are needed, and you chose a mission. You chose a reality that you deeply desire to live in, that you hold the codes, you hold the map. So please join us. We have a few spots, and this is going to be unbelievable. I mean, just truly unbelievable. Between Maria and Miguel Angel and I, getting to visit these sites and see with your energies and your dowsing rods and then scientific measuring of torsion fields, which shows your eyes and your logical mind, what is really possible, what's happening here. It's raising your frequency. It's raising your state. It's like entering the fire. It's like entering this Phoenix year and understanding, wow, when I stand here, no wonder I feel dizzy or high or tingly or happy or cleansed, right? No wonder this is a sacred place. No wonder they built this temple to amplify this energies. And then to go with the sacred elder who has been everywhere here, that used to direct here, that understands the sacred symbols and the true meaning and the chant that we will be doing when you see that beautiful light serpent coming down. So we have so many sacred sites, Sacred Feminine University, Itzamal, which was the first Atlantean temples that were built, all about the Atlantis people, the Atlantis stones that we'll visit, and reactivate your Atlantean Mayan wisdom, which connects you directly to Egypt, by the way, which is one of the things Maria is going to be showing us. And there's a third part happening. So if you haven't joined the live Oracle workshop, it's dirt cheap, it's half price. Get over to the shop ASAP and join us, and you'll have 3 different activations, or not even activations. You're going to have 3 different classes and activations within those classes. So this is the last one, and they're all available to you. This is not about one particular thing, okay? This is about having your truth awakened within you, your senses awakened within you. So are you getting an idea as we're talking about all the things that you could intentionally now, as you're walking towards the full moon and the eclipse, say, I'm ready and willing to release this, to thank this, to bless this. I give permission to all levels of me, to my inner child, to release, to let go. I give my inner oracle. I give my sacred feminine. I give my natural intuitive self, my seer, my healer, my wise woman, my ability to walk stars, to remember my time in priestess schools in Sirius, whatever the level of magic that you are remembering now, because magic, again, is another thing that's been belittled and used and manipulated and made into something evil. But magic is just physics, okay? And it's physics on many dimensions. So it's multidimensional physics. And when you understand working with the elementals and communicating telepathically, this is the Phoenix alchemy and the Atlantean activation. So that's the next thing, is to realign with your inner alchemist. Where does that happen? How does that happen? Well, this happens, excuse me, I need to get a sip of something here. We've got the Phoenix alchemy Atlantean activation. And this is an audio. and it's about 30 minutes, and it's just about finished in editing, so it'll go out today or tomorrow, and you can purchase it for very little in the shop. And it comes with an intro, about a 30-40 minute intro, which is super powerful. It's like a class. It's understanding the energies of this year, understanding the fire energies, understanding how we use it, what it's doing here to serve us. How do we remember how to use the fire, understand the fire, whether it's the sun or our chakra, central sun, or our great central sun, or is it the actual fire, or is it the esoteric fire of our soul? Is it us? Are we ready to rebirth from the fire, or have we not completely burned down the past and therefore we feel stuck? So very, very powerful. And you get the 2 audios, you get the guided activation, which will be working with you on multiple dimensions. Again, it works on physical, emotional, mental, auric, buddhic, causal, financial, relationship levels, all of them through time and space, and whatever's optimal for you within a sacred healing chamber. And it's also going to be reactivating Atlantean roots, because these are our common roots across the planet. And to remember that we are one in Lakech Alakin, we must remember our Atlantean and our Lemurian roots, our Pleiadian and Syrian and Orion, or whatever similar, but on the earth first. Sacred Mother, Sacred Heart of the earth, Sacred Heart of the sky. We need to burn away all that no longer serves and let the wildflowers rise from the forest fire, right? Let the truth of who we are, let our spirit, let our freedom rise within us. This is the moment. Let everything else go as you walk through this portal. If it is guaranteeing you, it is going to take stuff that doesn't serve you, and you intentionally ask and you say, you conjure your inner phoenix, you are going to be asking for that inner alchemist to reawaken, to remember. You're going to be saying, I'm ready for my telepathic pathways to resonate again, to flow again, to remember how it feels and to imagine it. Okay. So let go of everything that you're afraid of imagining, and let go of your fear of magic or of truth, of your power or of your light or of your purpose. Let go of your fear as you walk through this portal of what everyone else thinks, or your fear of holding back or making sure everyone's happy and sacrificing your power and your truth. I want to just invite you that whatever excuse you have, like, well, I have little children, or I don't have any money, or my husband doesn't like it, or my mother said this, or I'm in a wheelchair. Okay. I'm not belittling anybody's issues. Please believe me. We all have them. This is a spiritual commitment that you made and that I made. And these are offerings from the universe to make huge leaps. And they aren't based on anything changing in your life. You don't have to wait till somebody's done, ready, or anything else. It's time. Boom, you're done. Boom. You go out and you come back renewed. This is the time we're in. It's going to burn away the illusions. And we've spent a year shedding with the snake energies, right? So then we have live. Oh, I didn't talk about Imbolc. Okay, good. So Imbolc, anybody know about Imbolc? Okay, so this is beautiful on the full moon on February 1st, and it's an eclipse, and it's Leo, and it's fire, and it's Imbolc. And the goddess, the Celtic goddess Brigid or Brigid, or many other Bridie, or many other pronunciations of her beautiful essence, is the primary sacred feminine energy. So what I love about this is that when we start to say the sacred feminine energies, it is not against men. This is everybody has to reconnect to your clairvoyance, to your clairaudience. You have 360 senses. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about trusting your inner voice, going within, realizing this is a reflection. Your masculine powers are there to hold space, stillness, reliability, grounding for you, not go kill, 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 kill. That's completely out of balance. And that will not balance until your sacred feminine is reinvited. So every pilgrimage we do will be another level of reawakening these powers. As you go through this full moon eclipse, you're going to be traveling until the new moon, the 17th. That's the other eclipse, the lunar eclipse, and it's the start officially of the year of the fire horse. So you have this like 2 weeks, right? That you're going to be going through this portal, and what you do and what you think and what you believe and how you act is going to be what is directing your flow. And you will reemerge through that other portal, that other eclipse, in another reality. And it's completely up to you what reality it is. So I highly recommend you start burning away what you don't want. You give it permission. You keep repeating it. You love it. You thank it. And then you thank for the new and the feeling of harmony and the feeling of peace and the feeling of joy and no more worry. I'm replacing it with harmony and no more anger and blame and judgment of myself and other people. I'm replacing it with acceptance and allowance and expansion and abundance and joy. And okay, this is very important. So if you need the scale of consciousness, go to the shop. It's free. There's many things there that are free, and come and join us. This is only like $33. It's going to be 2 hours, maybe longer if everyone wants to share. And we're going to be going deep into this idea of the sacred fire is our time to reclaim it, to become it, and to start to work with it in the ways that this year and the next year offer. On every culture has a prophecy right now, and human design talks about 2027, everything burning down, and the flip to people respecting and desiring spiritual people who understand better what's happening because they're finally willing to let go. But this is not an easy transformation. A fire isn't very forgiving. If it's going to burn something, it's going to burn something. But yes, I said but, and we do want to erase that, because the truth is that the leaves fall and fertilize the tree. It fertilizes itself. It's dead skin. It's dead little, I see them as little saucers, receiving all the light, the little leaves. But this is about your past, your pain, your fear, your belief in lack, anything. Doesn't matter what it is. The universe doesn't judge. The divine mother doesn't judge. Your soul doesn't judge. Nobody judges but you, because you were taught to. You see it all around you. You feel it's good defense. It's not polite. It's not good for you. Don't agree to any story. Don't repeat it. Don't talk about it. Don't say it out loud for yourself or anyone else that you do not want to live. Otherwise, you are creating a reality of that same stress, that same problem, that same anger. And if you're blaming, then you're judging, and you're putting the power outside of you. Who has the power? Does your dentist have the power? Does your mom have the power? Does Facebook have the power? Does TikTok have the power? Oh, I see something on TikTok and then I get upset and I feel depressed all day because I don't have that. Okay? Really be honest with yourself. The sacred feminine can come in and it loves you unconditionally, doesn't give a shit what you did before. If you're perfect or you feel like an epic failure, doesn't care. It just says, ooh, I love you. I love you. You want to burn this away? Let's do that. Then you reconnect to your roots and your powers. And then what happens? Well, please use this full moon eclipse for the beautiful idea that, yes, indeed, this is a powerful portal. It is literally walking out of your reality in some way. And you want to not be, what is it? And you don't want to be worried, and you don't want to be like, am I doing it right? Or what do I have to do? Or is the timing right? Just be here now, and then be in the eternal moment, and invite this portal to open to you the same way you would talk to the land if you were going to a sacred place, right? If you're going to a sacred land. So I wanted to share a few full moon pictures with you that I've taken in the past, because the photos are not great, but the energies and the colors and the power coming from it, right? We want to tune into that. Look how beautiful. This is in front of my house. And I love the illuminations. I want you to tune into that. Digital photography captures the energy, the frequency. So you can breathe in, you can start to feel the actual frequency, feel it illuminating you, and feel it illuminating a path for you. And if you look at the sun or the moon, you'll see the cross, and then you'll see, oh, so many more rays, and the moon and the sun and a dolphin sound. Everything has many, 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 many little lines of information within it. And you could access some of those and you don't need others. So you open to the wisdom of infinite intelligence and you allow yourself. So I like to play with. And this is a portal. Look at this as an eye. So this is the sun, but we were talking about how you can't have the moon illuminated. So the sun and the moon are completely opposite each other right now, right? And if you're lucky and you live somewhere you can see the horizon, you'll see the sun and the moon at the same time, very close to each other, rising and setting, depending where you live. They get to meet. But to me, this is so beautiful. Look at that. The clouds are like an eye. And if the eye is the sun, and it's looking down, and it's doing what? It's creating a pathway for you across the sea, across the emotion, across the subconscious, across whatever you feel separate from, because everything is already within you. It's already within me. So offer right now. Oh, that's another thing I'm going to let go of. I don't want any more of that. So I wrote a little thing here and I wanted to share it with you so you have a little more information. This is about the heart. We talked about the heart of the lion, and it's the heart of the hearts because you're accepting that you are a pillar of light or the trunk of the tree of life with the above, the sky, Father Sky, heart of the sky, the heavens, the divine, the infinite, whatever way you want to feel that source. And below you, your roots, Gaia, Earth, Ishel, Ishmukane, the heart of the earth. And you are the pillar of light. And you came with a blueprint. So if you let the light through you, it illuminates your blueprint. You don't have to figure it out. It comes from you. And then you take inspired action. But your heart has to be purified. So believe me when I say that this year will be a purifying year. And the sooner that you get with me and you come on our journeys and you come on these here, or you come on the classes, we're going to be exploring and real time working with these divine energies that give us a opportunity to burn away what we can't see, what we can't hear, what we feel stuck with, what we carry in our belly, what we've hidden. So this is a rare heart portal of sovereignty. Okay, what is sovereignty? That means love and pure acceptance of yourself as the one and only creative force in you, in your mind. You're the only one that can make a difference. No one outside of you has power over you. No matter how many times you've believed it or seen it, or somebody walks up and punches you right now and you say, look, they did that to me. They did not. You did that to yourself because you have projected it. Maybe you haven't projected it for 10 years, but you did believe you were afraid of people for a long time because someone hurt you. And so you created that, and it's still reflecting to you. What better use of the fire to burn quickly and realign with your truth, with your inner voice? You are your inner authority. Courage and soul expression, okay? Soul expression. Leo is a frequency of the inner sun. It is ruled by the sun as a sign, as an energy. That means that you are a child of the sun. The way the ancients believed, putting it on their heads like Ra, like the Egyptians, the sun disk, or the sun disk on the back of the Atlanteans in Tula here, the women on the back of their solar plexus is a sun disk. Okay, this is always been, we are the children of the sun. The sun feeds us. The sun is golden light we can accept into our body, into our vertebrae, and to reawaken our DNA. So this is the frequency of your inner sun, that you are a divine child, that you are unconditionally loved and love, that you are the authentic self that shines without apology. We've been taught to apologize for ourselves, to not take up room, to not ask for too much. Don't become greedy. Don't become rude. Don't become callous. That's not what I'm saying. Let go of all those rules and say, who am I? Because you're a beautiful being. You already know inside of you how to behave in a loving way. In fact, way better than what anybody else taught you, because we live in a cruel world that thinks it's okay to treat women or children or people certain ways. And it's not on any level, no matter how big your fear is. So no apologies for being yourself, but kind, because whatever you do to someone else is going to be done to you, period. It's not karma. It's reflection. Free yourself of karma. So an eclipse is not just a portal where you're going to change the direction of your life and you won't know for a while, or you might know and then it'll change, and you might not know way after the 17th of February, okay? It can go way out either direction, and it might mirror the ones in the fall. Who knows? Right now, we are going to have on the 4th, 5th, what Donna Stellhorn talked about in the February video here is a eclipse activation day. Had never heard of these before her. It's connected to one of the eclipses in September that we had last year when we were in England. We're going to be together for an eclipse in March here with Maria and Miguel Angel. So I really recommend you come, because I can see already that we're never getting this group of people together, and you get to be on the exploratory committee, basically learning these inside things. Are these temples aligning with the same types of ley lines and earth energy grids and cosmic alignments as Egypt, as Mars, and other work that Maria does? And this is, even if you're like, well, that's not all that interesting to me. Well, these are places to amplify your consciousness, to increase your ability to heal with your mind, your telepathic abilities. There isn't a sacred site or sacred place in the planet that isn't, one, they're all connected, but full of these divine energies that are pouring out, offering you some kind of empowering medicine energy. And not everybody needs the same thing. So we could all go to a temple and all have a past life memory there. Happened again on my private pilgrimage recently. Same temple as most of my clients, most of my retreats. We've all gone there and independently and also in the moment actively a memory where we were all together there in a school. Quite powerful. So I took the lady that I did a private pilgrimage. I do these private couples, small groups you could bring to me. I can go to you. I've been invited to go to Toronto. They're going to put it together. They're organizing beautiful homes for people to stay in and everything. So if you want me to come there too, we can co-create that. So what happens is that you are standing inside of you, and we all are requiring assistance because it doesn't feel the way it's felt before. And if you're not used to Leo energy, it's very full, it's very powerful. It used to scare me. And I actually have Leo rising, but my sister was a Leo and she was scary. So when I realized that I found people who didn't embody the scary aspect of Leo, I started to understand those two aspects of everything. And this is another ancient wisdom that we really peel back is, can you walk and realize you're in two worlds, you're divine and human? Well, ask this portal to reveal that to you, to take whatever keeps you from that. Ask for soul expression, for your authentic self. Ask to release everything that wants to say you're sorry or hide or be afraid of others, because trust and safety we have to develop. So we're going to be developing that in the Sacred Mystery School, the Sacred Feminine Mystic Arts of this year. Each place we go, San Francisco, possibly Toronto, Glastonbury, and possibly Palenque, which was an ancient Mayan place where the priestesses were trained, and they were also trained to release and download all the information they knew from their DNA, from their cells, from their memories, from their bodies into a sacred place. And it is time to go back there and reawaken it within us and within the land there. So we're going to be going these places around the world because we are the priestesses. We are the wise ones. We are the voice and the hands and the bodies on earth at this time for the divine mother, the divine goddess, in whatever way you want to perceive that. So now we're talking illumination, but this is on initiation because this is Imbolc. What is Imbolc? Imbolc is halfway between the equinox in March and the winter solstice. So you have the two equinoxes in March and September. You have the two solstices in June and December. And then between those, there's another 4 quarters. They're called cross quarters in most of the Celtic traditions, where I spent 16 years there. And this is Imbolc. So this is exactly the first. Second is very powerful. What does it mean? It represents the stirring of life in the seeds that have gone to sleep deep inside the mother. It's not blooming, it's stirring of seeds that have gone dormant, that have been resting, that are preparing, that have been hibernating, that have been nourishing. And if you don't live somewhere where it gets cold, and it's pretty cold here for me, but generally it doesn't get cold here, it's still the energetics of the time, right? And if you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, you're experiencing a different aspect. That's okay. Thank you. We have those polarities. But remember that these are initiations because they will awaken something within you that helps you release. That's a rite of passage that we've forgotten, and helps you remember, and you become something new, and then you can create something new. So what's revealed now, because it's the sun, is not surface level emotion, because it's the full moon. It's the emotion that's deep, okay, deeper truth of who you really are beyond the roles and the masks and the identities. And that's what you want to let go of. All ego, roles, mask, identities. This is a karmic release point for old heart wounds and suppressed creativity and places where you dimmed your light to belong. So these are just a little more guidance on the things to think about over this 5-6 days and help you to release. Remember that means that the stirring within you, because your body is the temple and your body is the earth, then there's seeds within you that are just starting to stir, okay? And the deeper truth of who you are is underneath those masks. So you burn away and you prepare the field, right, for the rise of this. I really recommend you let go of the whole idea of karma, but in that sense of understanding what I mean, a karmic release point, meaning you could truly release. So why not release karma, the whole idea? Because we understand that verbiage to mean something that we're stuck in, something that we're obligated to, something we've been imprisoned by, something we're repeating, something we're on a wheel that we don't know if we'll ever be good enough, that we did it right. And so in that sense, this is a karmic release point. Why not release karma in general? Old heart wounds, because we're doing the heart. Suppressed creativity, because you've got to activate your imagination. And places where you've dimmed your light to belong, putting aside your happiness, putting aside your power, sitting around people listening to the news. Just say no. You don't have to put up with that shit. Somebody yells at your face and takes out their anger on you, don't make excuses for them. Say, no, sorry, I'm not going to receive that. You don't have to make them wrong, but you don't have to put up with it. So spiritually, this eclipse activates the solar heart chakra. That's the light of the heart. That's the resonance from out of the heart, that you can see your path from your heart, and calling you to remember your original essence, and reclaim your radiance, because what you radiate is what you see. It's what you get back. Now, remember, a lot of what you're seeing in the moment is your past. So don't get like, well, it's not here. Why is it not working? Okay. That immediately blocks whatever was about to appear for you. So keep living in that moment of beauty and naturalness with what you wish for. I live in peace. I always walk in peace. Harmony's around me. The nicest people are here. So let's look at eclipse alchemy. We've got the alchemy with the Phoenix and the Atlantean. Come to the live, come get the audio, join the oracle. All these things are helping you harness the energies that are awakening within you, because you are an oracle. Everyone has those telepathic abilities, and you've got to awaken more of your senses so you can actually feel, sense, and receive many, many, many more realms without being overwhelmed. So karma and soul correction. Eclipses are course correctors of destiny. They collapse timelines and accelerate soul contracts. This Leo eclipse brings a powerful tension between the ego and the soul, as we were talking about, external validation and inner truth, right? What were we just saying? Exposes where you've been living from conditioned identity rather than authentic self, because most people don't even know what your authentic self is, or sometimes you feel it, or sometimes, or you've gotten to a point where you've released a little bit of it, but it's only when you're with people who are accepting of you, which is good, you know, find community. But you've got to learn, despite what's happening around you, to listen to yourself. That's the real beautiful moment. So this is exposing. And now astrologically, eclipses work with the nodes of fate or destiny. Those are two sides of the same thing. It's lack and abundance. Is fate is where you give your power away and you decide, oh, this happened to me and that happened to me and that means this, and I can never be happy because of all these things that happened to me, and more bad things are probably going to happen to me, and look, see what happened to me. You're creating all of it, but you believe in fate. The same thing as destiny. Destiny is what? Destiny is beauty. Destiny is goddesses helping you and like heroes, right? And going through the challenges of life, but getting this power from it and accepting your scars and reclaiming your soul. Okay. So now think about collapsing timelines, accelerating your soul contracts. I don't need this contract anymore to hold back and be afraid of my inner powers or the spell or the magic of my words. I'm not doing that. I'm going to go get some training with Nat. Leo eclipse brings powerful tension. And this is a good thing because your soul needs to have the attention. The ego gets it all the time. The ego never shuts up. The ego is full of fear. The ego wants to keep telling you you can't, you shouldn't, don't trust. And it will come to your side, but it won't do it easily. And when you oh, I feel this way. Oh, I think this way. Don't believe it. Say, no, I don't. What does my soul feel? What is my soul? What do I want to feel? So let go of external validation. Nothing outside of you has the power. Come inside. Look for it. It exposes where you've been living, and you don't have to be in those conditions, but they are habits. So give yourself a break and love yourself through this. Everybody has to repeat, oh, there's that pattern again. Oh, there's that pattern again. Okay. So old patterns of seeking approval, recognition, or love externally. Wow. What is that weird word? Ha ha. Are blah, 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 blah. Okay. They're melting. New soul level leadership, meaning you are listening to your inner voice. You are leading from your heart. You have confidence, but not confidence. You have acceptance of who you are. You let the fire and the passion, but the love of Leo fill your heart. Okay. A courageous heart isn't mean, doesn't go to war. That's not courage. It's courage to be yourself, courage to stand inside yourself, courage to be here now, courage to accept exactly where you are and know that within you there is the answer, courage to not chase any longer, not push any longer, to sit in silence more, to receive more, to know it's already here and keep asking for it to appear until you no longer need to, because it is there. So this is how this is working. All right. Creative authority being activated within you. Go through this portal. Let all of these things happen. Look at how much you could just surrender to the divine, surrender to the highest good. You don't have to know how, and you don't even have to know what it is. whatever else is. Okay. This is a moment where the universe says, stop performing and start being. Performing is what we've done. I have to be this. I need to show up. I have to be responsible. I have to be organized. I'm not good enough. I'm in the role of mom. I have to go sacrifice my time for these people. I told these people that I would give them everything of mine, so now I have to change it. They'll get upset. That's performing. You're not being authentic. So let this portal, because this portal isn't just one thing, okay? This is leading to then the fire year, and then the fire goat, and the fire, and the chickabon, which is an era of peace, but you cannot enter an era of peace if you are not vibrating at peace, and it's a very, very high frequency, okay? What leaves now is not loss, it's liberation. You hear me say this all the time. If something leaves your life, you are being liberated. Now, the last thing is that this is a spiritual portal. It's an esoteric portal. It's a shift in your mind. It's a shift in your body. It's a shift in the DNA that's at every level of your being. It isn't just the idea of, I'm no longer going to stay in this relationship, right? That is the physical tip of the iceberg. That is only the symptom of something big within. And this is what we want to understand. I am no longer performing for external reasons. I don't have to perform or be good enough. I don't have to do anything in order to have, be, and do exactly what I love and myself. Now, you may wake up to that and realize, oh my gosh, I'm working a job I don't want. I'm accepting relationships that are no good, and things will change. I'm not saying you don't have to change anything. I'm saying that you have to immediately realize and accept that the sacred fire initiation is in the eclipse, it's in the full moon, and it's in bulk, because it is the warmth that is going to start to stir the inner, and you want to give it permission to stir. You want to give it love. You want to give it adoration, you, that inner you, because heart-led creation means you're putting the right energy into the foundation of whatever you're creating. Leo rules joy, play, passion, romance, creativity, divine light, self-acceptance, self-expression, self-love, the sun, the self. This is the divine right to take up space, because you're not taking anything from anyone else. You don't have to stop anyone else. You don't have to convince anyone else. You don't have to change anyone else for you to be, do, and have everything you want, because you're the only one that can create it. Nobody can take it. But because you've been convinced that people outside of you can, this is part of the thing to let go of. So now this invitation is that you're shifting from performing your life to authoring your reality. Performing your life, author your reality. Go into power. I'm not performing. I'm not doing something someone else wrote the script for. I'm not performing my past beliefs. I'm not living it anymore. Burn it down. Leave it behind. Wall that up, disappear that wall. Bam! That's right. So this portal is so spiritual, so deep, that this is a gateway from your ego identity to soul sovereignty, and it will continue to shift and unfold all the way through the next few years. And this is key. What you get now is very important. So releasing false self-images and outdated roles, healing your inner child and your heart karma, meaning whatever you believe is, oh, I have a wound, I have a trauma, I can't trust, I built a wall around my heart, whatever it is, heal. What is heal? It means becoming whole. It doesn't mean talking to somebody, going to therapy, or anything else. It means acceptance and becoming whole. Then there's harmony, transcendence, compassion. It all just happens. Let it. Reclaiming confidence, joy, creative power, stepping into visible soul leadership. This eclipse does not ask you to become something new. It's asking you to remember who you were before the world told you who to be. The heart is the doorway. It is the sun within you. Now, this is a little bit about what's happening, because we're going into this. I want you to realize the support you have. I want you to listen to this as many times as you would like. I am also going to do, I don't see the graphic here, I'm going to do an activation for the full moon eclipse. I don't know when. Whenever I ask Spirit, they're like, we'll let you know. So I may just suddenly be live on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you click notifications so you get that. And then, of course, once it's over, it's immediately available on the channel. So make sure you bookmark it. Now, if you subscribe at nanakasha.com, then you'll get an email. We usually always send a replay email. And as soon as I know, I will put it probably up on Facebook. But however, I will for sure let you know the replay. In the meantime, everything that you've gotten here, as I watched this information come through, I embody it, I read up on it, I talk to the energies, and then I come through with my own talk, my own opinion of what I think the energies are, blending. I want you to do that. I want you not to just say, oh, I hurt my foot, it means this. Well, that's one interpretation, and it might help you. But there's many, many interpretations of why your toe or your foot is speaking to you in a certain way, why you manifested it. I'm talking about that because I have a client, plus also I fractured one foot. And then about 2 months later, I fractured the big toe on the other foot. And I've been very, very, very I decided to pay close attention, deeper than normal, and sit in stillness and really listen at the deeper messages, because they're very personal. And a lot of times the messages to us that come through our bodies, that come through things we judge, like I can't go for my walks on the beach because I have this problem now. It's not fair. Poor me. No, I don't do that. I don't recommend you do that. But the thing is listen, observe, be in the moment. Let the sun, let the portal, let the fire, let the horse, the freedom, the strength, the sovereignty of this opportunity. Don't be afraid of this year. Prepare for this year. Don't go into ignoring it, getting too busy, because like the ocean, the fire will just whoosh, come in. And that's okay. You can experience it that way. I want to invite you to stay with me, to come to the Oracle workshop and join that. That is a very powerful, it'll probably end up being about 5-6 hours long out of the 3 classes. And they have activations you can keep repeating to increase your ability to hear, see, sense, and be an oracle for your life, your telepathic abilities and your clairs, okay? Clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, and on. You don't have to have them the way you think they are, because you're unique. So I want you to awaken. So I want you to join me. Now, I do have the retreat with Maria, and I have a series of pilgrimages, the Return of the Sacred Feminine Pilgrimage. And if you're interested, please send an email to nan@nanakasha.com or ASST, assistant, ASST@nanakasha.com, and say, I'm interested in the new Sacred Feminine, Return of the Sacred Feminine pilgrimages. And we will make sure to let you know, because the details are falling into place, like right now, like little puzzle pieces, or Tetris, I think it's called, or something like that, right? So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to everyone who's always on this path. I appreciate you so much for being in the present, being willing to look at yourself, go deeper, expand your mind, open your heart, let go, accept, forgive, understanding that we're on an eternal spiral that is evolving. It's moving forward. It is what it is, and we're here, and we have what we need. If we can come back into the eternal now, to accept that eternal nature, to keep rising from the ashes, shedding the old, accepting the support from spirit, from our ancestors, from the land, from the moon, from the beautiful divine feminine energies. So join me for the next activation. And also please go to the shop and get the Atlantean Sacred Feminine live activation. And let's go on an epic journey to reawaken those roots, to reawaken the seeds in the codes of at Imbolc on the 2nd. So it's 1313. The seeds and the codes that we carry, that we have been asleep and dormant. And it's time to download the key codes to remember who you are and begin to build the life and the reality in the world that you love. Thank you so much. In Lak'ech, Alakin, I am another you. You are another me. We are one. May this circle be open, yet unbroken. And the peace of the goddess go with us in our hearts, our minds, with every breath and every step. I am that I am. I am harmony. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. And I am that which I am. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. Happy, 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 happy full moon. Really use this and get ready. I love you. I'll see you on the other side.